So here we go with our phonics for today. So we're going to do this again, practicing these words. I'm going to flip them across, see if you can recognise any of them from last week. Here we go. Little. Well done. Come. What? Whoop. Some. Out. Oh, can't see that one. Like. Well done. That will do for today. Well done. Very good. So our sound for today, let's have a look at the sound. Remember, these are clusters of sounds or blends, so they're either at the beginning or the end of a word normally. Let's have a look at our picture and see if we know what it is. What do you think that is? It's not mud, it's something different. It is sand. Thank you. Sand. Let's have a go at sounding out. Sand. Sand. Let's do it again. Sand at the end. Don't forget that end sound. Well done. Sand. Oh, look at this. A band. Oh yeah. Haven't seen a band for ages. A band. Shall we sound? You're in a band. Yes. Let's sound it out. Band. Band. Let's do it again. Band. Brilliant. So, anyone know what our blend might be? It's a bit tricky to know. When we do our other sounds, it's really easy to see which ones they are. But at the end, it's at the end of the word. So it's is our blend. I'll show you what it looks like. It's slightly different now. We've moved on to phase 4 phonics and it gets a bit more tricky as we move on. So it's an N and a D that comes together and it says nd. They don't really work together because they are separate sounds. Nd. So it's a bit different. They're not a digraph as such. They are separate sounds, but they do make a blend when they are together. Nd. Nd. Shall we say it together? Nd. 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 Are you saying d? Nd. Make sure it's a d at the end. Because we do have a digraph that is don't we? But it's not the same as that. It's the nd. Very good. Tricky. It's easier when you are reading words, so let's do that next. There's an awful lot of words here to read. Awful lot of words here to read. We might not get through them all, but there's some good words with the nd at the end. So let's have a go at this one first. Read it together. And hand. And hand. Brilliant. Now, if I was doing sound buttons, we talked a lot about sound buttons, I would actually still just do this. Because they are separate sounds, but they are working as a blend. That's what makes it really tricky. So we would still sound them out separately, but they work as a blend. And sometimes it's just easier to read. You'll see in a minute. Hand. So we know it's at the end. You'll see once we start reading lots more words, you'll see it makes it easier to read when you know they're a blend. Are we ready? Sand. Sand. Brilliant. It just makes it easier to read because we're actually thinking of them together. Let's do this one. Ready? And send. And send. Brilliant. I'm going to run out of room. I keep making them bigger for you so you can see them at home. Let's do this one. Are we ready? Can you see if I move out of the way? Ready? Bond. Bond. Oh, here we go. It's a b, not a d. and band. B-a-n-d, band. Brilliant. I think we might come back to this one, the children that are here, this slide in a minute. Let's read this one together. B-a-n-d, bend. Brilliant. We'll leave it there for now. We're going to do some spellings now. So think about those words that you've just seen. Think about how we're writing our "nd" at the end of those words, and we're going to do some spellings now. So you need your boards and pens, or your paper and pens if you're at home. Here we go. And then we've got a sentence to write as well. I'll leave you with the sentence at the end. So my first word I'd like you to write is sand. So write those sounds that you can hear. D. Lovely. Brilliant. And sand. And the next word, this is quite tricky. See if you can write this one. Spend. Spend. I'm going to spend some money. And that word, spend, has got a blend at the beginning and at the end. Spend. Spend. Brilliant. I'm going to write it, so if you want to pause, please do. Spend. I'm just saying those sounds and writing those letters down as I go. Next word, bend. Bend. And when you're used to writing the "nd" at the end, it just gets easier. You hear it and you know that it's those two letters that are doing that blend. Bend. Well done. I'm going to write it now. B-e-n-d. Bend. Fabulous. Now we're going to write our sentence. My sentence is, I sing in a band. So you can say that back to me. I sing in a band. Let's say it once more so we know what we're saying. I sing in a band. So you've got to remember that sentence. I sing in a band. I should have 5 words for my sentence with finger spaces in between. So pause the video so that you can have a go at writing that sentence. I sing in a band. And I'm going to write it now. I sing in a band. And my full stop at the end. And I found that easier to write because I knew those 2 letters were at the end. Have a go.